Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Adjusting Success. This week, we're going through networking, both digitally and in your community. I think the grassroots ways of building your business is always great to revisit. So, we're going to get started on that. I think it's going to bring up some great questions for anyone that joins us live. Networking in your community, both physically and how you can do it online. It's such a great way digitally to network. It's free, it's effective, and you can meet local, both health professionals and ideal client um, competitors that use other services outside of your industry. So when we think about who to network with, we always default to the industries that we're in. We're like, oh, maybe I should go default to the dentist, the other chiropractors, the physical therapist. Those are all great ideas. Just like how you don't have time to answer a lot of those people that walk into your office or call you, they don't have much time either. So if you're going to build those relationships, stick to it and just keep knocking on the doors and keep coming back. The best advice I have for that is getting to know the staff that work there, introducing yourself the first time, in and out very quick. Try and keep it under 1 minute, very in and out, so that you don't affect anyone's time. You respect everyone. Then the next time you come in with something, come in with a coffee or something for the front desk staff, and introduce yourself and work a little bit warmer with that. That's how I've gotten the success to get into a lot of places. And then utilize the services too. That's another way. Use the local dentist across the road from you. See how it goes, even if it's a horrible experience. Just go once, go for a cleaning or a checkup or do something, and get to know the staff, get to know them. That's the best way. But there's better ways to network. And the best way is to actually really get to know your ideal clients, the clients in your office, and the whiteboard strategy. You build the whiteboard strategy, you will build your networking and your community involvement very quick. So, first comment, Enrico, what's the whiteboard strategy? There we go. Let's go there. Great question. I'll get the question started. What's the whiteboard strategy? The whiteboard strategy is putting a whiteboard in your waiting room. So people are always asking me, Enrico, what do you mean by knowing your client? Well, asking them the right questions. And sometimes when it comes to healthcare, it's tough to ask them what their favorite restaurant is, what their favorite food is. It's almost you're asking them dating questions, right? And it's awkward as a doctor to be asking the patient those questions. So you put the whiteboard out in the waiting room, you leave a Sharpie out there or Expo color out there, and then you put a question in the middle. What's your favorite locally owned restaurant? Where's your favorite locally owned clothing store? What's the best hair salon in the area? Questions like that, and put a couple answers on there, get it started, and you'll see the board fill up. Once it's full, you take a screen. I take a picture with my phone and then erase it and ask the next question. This can be done. You can ask 2 questions a week, and over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, you got 5 or 6 answers to the local place that's the most popular for coffee, the local place that's most popular for pizza, the local place that's most popular for. So now you got ideas for gifts, gift cards, where your clients are shopping, where they're eating, what they're doing, and now you start community networking with them. Now you start community involvement with those businesses that are completely outside of your industry. No one else is doing this. And you can create some amazing relationships that way that work really well. Now you're co-sponsoring golf tournaments together. Now you're helping out at the 5K event in your local town. Now you're working together and not spending a dime because you're going in together as businesses or as a group, and it works really well. And you refer back to one another. And many of them end up becoming your patient. Anyway, this is the nice thing about chiropractic is you walk into a networking event, you get established, and many of them come and try you out. You guys know how this works, right? So I really love the free or bring a guest opportunities when they say, hey, would you like to come check out my networking event? No matter what it is, a BNI event, this networking, that networking, the yacht club, whatever it is, I usually try and say yes to go to these. And then you go to them and you meet people. And that's the best networking that you can get. If you end up joining them for short terms, like many of them have a 1 year commitment, some of them are really strict. That was what became very difficult for me. I used to be vice president of my BNI chapter for years. Great relationships, got a good core in there. Saw the value very early when I was in there, and there was all trades in there. It was electricians, plumbers, real estate. I realized how well they were doing with referrals. So I was like, man, I got to start inviting some healthcare providers. And then once we got a team of about 4 or 5 of us, it was really, really great. A chiropractor, a dentist, a naturopath. That was fantastic. I think just me, the naturopath, and the acupuncturist that were in there were enough of a click that the referrals were coming our way from everyone, and we were able to refer back and forth, and we developed some great partnerships onward. It was absolutely fantastic because yes, our clients needed both of us, but many of them just needed them, or many of them just needed us, and many of our patients could have used naturopathic or acupuncture at that time. So that was great for us. But again, the commitment became difficult and time became difficult. The busier you get, the more time becomes valuable, more than money, right? At the beginning, it's money and then time. So really important when you're developing your network, starting both digitally. So digitally, different areas have different things. Craigslist, believe it or not, is still big in some areas in the United States. Going on to Craigslist and looking at local meetups, be careful, but it could be useful. Then there's things like meetup.com, Eventbrite, all these ones where people have these free events to go to. These might be great. Look at your local area within 10 miles around your office and see what's out there. You'd be surprised what's out there, and you can show up. Then there's digital events you can be a part of. And then there's community events that you can be a part of. You don't have to be a vendor or a sponsor or anything like that. You don't have to set up a table. You can if you want. These are great ways to get started. You need to be out there. No one knows who you are if you're new. If you're new, no one knows your brand. No one really knows you. So it's really important to get out there. And these are great strategies, both online presence by being part of having a good Yelp directory, having part of these Eventbrite groups, these communities, these Facebook groups, being part of the neighborhood groups that are all around your office, not only being in them and joining them and being accepted to be a part of them, but being active in them. So when somebody asks for a plumber or an AC person or whatever it is, a furnace repair, you're in there being active, referring and saying, hey, we use at our house, we use this guy or this gal. And you refer them in there, just being active. And then getting your clients that are in there to remind the group that you exist every time a chiropractor comes up. It's cool to watch when someone asks for a chiropractor around our communities, how we're always the top 1 or number 2 always in the area. And we're newer to the area. We've been here for about 6 years. So for us to be able to develop that in that such short amount of time and be number 1 referral, I mean, that's great. It's because we have an active community that we started by shaking hands at BNI and doing all those things. Later on, there's many other ways to do things without physically being there. That was my blurb for getting started on networking. Then your networking profile becomes something very digital. And digitally, you want to be on top of all your network. And this comes from not just reviews that you get on Google and on Facebook and on Yelp and all the directories, but making yourself visible across all platforms. RateMDs.com, WebMD, RateMD. There's a whole bunch of other ones slipping my mind, but being a part of all of those directories for medical doctors. You think they're just for medical doctors, but they're for doctors in general, best doctors, top doctors. Making sure you show up on those directories. If you do a specific technique or if you're part of a specific board or anything like that, making sure you're on there, making sure your listings are always up to date as well. Facebook used to have reviews. They don't anymore for businesses, so that's okay. Yelp still does. Yelp ranks very high on Apple. So Apple devices, the Apple iOS systems, it just shows up there on Apple Maps, and people who use their iPhone apps will see Yelp show up. And many of the car features too, if they use Apple CarPlay, will show up there automatically as well. So you have your directory on the maps has to be right. Make sure your directory on Bing, Yahoo, all those things are correct as well. So that's what we're talking about. Networking, both online and in person, can play a big role. Know your ideal client, know the whiteboard strategy that you do, and go from there. Any questions about anything, I'm here from you. I gotta move this to our group. Just one second. I'm still here. Marketing 101 for chiropractors. Let's see. There we go. Great. That's there. Question. Are a lot of these groups through LinkedIn? I've never used that platform. LinkedIn is a great way. I'm not so familiar about groups, but LinkedIn is a best way to have a good profile set up. This is a great question. LinkedIn, such a such an underutilized platform for us for chiropractors. We don't do a very good job on LinkedIn. We'll set up our profile and that's about it. Then we get spammed by a lot of people asking to connect, and we ignore these things. But keep an eye out on all those connections and see who's local to your area. Those are really important to connect and build that web inside of LinkedIn. LinkedIn's value has skyrocketed over the last 5 years because of the dynamic link that they've created in the background, unlike a lot of the social media ones. LinkedIn has created this intertwined business and professional web strictly in the background of professionals that are listing their titles and what they do in different occupations, firms, rankings within corporations, whatever they may do, or whatever their professions are. And this web is built so strong now that the connections are so accurate and valid that going on there for information is actually a great resource. So you getting in there and reactivating your profile or stimulating it is by looking at local connections. Just go to the recommended connection tab in there and look who they've got listed for you from financial advisors, bankers, other health professionals, other chiropractors that are in there that you can start clicking on. Be like, hey, man, maybe this is an easy way to filter who to get in touch with. And it could easily be just a message that you send to another LinkedIn provider to connect in one way, shape, or form or another. Something like going for a coffee is time inclusive and difficult, but can be highly valuable. I've learned here moving in to Florida, the PI attorneys that do this, they're always the ones that get someone out there to reach out to you professionally, respecting your time, and then trying to set up a time that works to meet for a lunch or a coffee. And they do this. And of course, they grab the bill every time. There's no questions asked. It's really hard to beat them to it because there's a pragmatic system that's followed by meeting people in person, eating with them. You've got them. You've got them for a full hour. You can talk about anything. It's usually really easy to be there with them, asking, going back and forth about personal stuff. They're very little business. They already know what you do as a chiropractor. They're just sitting there being like, hey, next time you have an injury and they're unattached, send them our way. And I found myself referring. Early on, I was like, man, that was really, I owed them. They bought me a lunch. They got me a coffee. I feel like I owe them. And to send them, $3,000 case for $30 lunch. Great. I can see what they do. Why can't we do that? Why can't we find people that work? Well, the reason why is because we don't think outside the box. We think within the box. So we want to meet up with other chiropractors. We want to meet up with physical therapists, people who help your clients get better in their own ways that really wouldn't really refer to you for anything because they can do it themselves. And I think that's how we think as chiropractors, like, oh, we never get referrals from PTs because they think they can solve it. But really it's us that think we can solve everything. So we're not very good referrers out, except the most common things, medical care, blood work, yada, yada, yada. We're good at referring dentists. Makes perfect sense. But LinkedIn can be such a great resource for connecting and just doing it digitally and just sending message back and forth and getting to meet people. That's a great way too. If you really want to take it to a higher level, it's creating your own group that you cultivate and you control. That seems to be the most effective way. Sorry, I'm just looking at our group, making sure everything is posted. to connect a networking group is you taking control of the group. Say, well, Rico, how do we do that? Well, it starts with you just picking a place at a time, but it is going to be some connection with 3 or 4 or 5 people first. Maybe something like LinkedIn, where you reach out to some people, be like, hey, I'm thinking about starting a free group where we get together weekly or monthly to just network and build our businesses through structured referral and taxes. Or you take what you learn here from digital marketing and you open up a group and you're like, hey, by the way, I do all this stuff for my business. I've got some stuff that I can share with you on how to build your business. There's going to be a lot of people that want to be in your group. Trust me on this. So you tell people, hey, I do my own Facebook ads. They're like, wait, hang on a second. You won't have to sit down and teach them how to do this. They just want to listen. They're like, well, hang on a second. You're running a business. And another thing with chiropractors is we're sought after in the business world and we don't take the credit. We're so modest. We're so modest because we're all struggling. We're like, trust me, I'm not rich. So chiropractors have this impersonator syndrome where we sit there, but the outside world and other entrepreneurs look at us and they're like, they got chiropractors no business. They must be taught business because you all own your business. You run it, you operate it. You either lease out your space. Some of you own your space. Like other providers are looking at you like, oh, hey, well, you guys got your stuff together. How do you know business so well? And you're like, I don't know anything about business. I'm actually quite dumb. I'm just faking it. And, but they don't see that. So you're highly sought after. So opening up your own networking group, you can control the group. You can control who's in there and you can control the conversation each week or each month. That might be something that's great instead of just joining the redundant BNI where you have to bring a referral every week. You can't miss a meeting or else you get kicked out. It doesn't have to be very strict. There can be some general rules. If you're going to be part of the group, you show up every week or every month. Don't miss. Like we're picking a time that works for us. So let's do that. It's usually breakfasts. Lunches are a little bit more difficult for people, but those are usually the best times. Late evenings, you're going to fail early, but taking control of a group and starting your own, calling it whatever you want. The North Pittsburgh group, whatever it is, the South Chicago Entrepreneur Club. Probably not very many entrepreneur clubs in South Chicago, but that was a horrible geographic location. But you get the point. Make sense? Questions? Anything else? They're not popping up on the live feed here on StreamYard. Any other questions? I'm here for you. Anything. Can be about anything. Every week I got to pick a topic. And I'm like, okay, what do I talk about this week? And I talk about this. Can you send Yelp review requests somehow through email or text? We have Google reviews, but really nothing through Yelp. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can send Yelp review requests by getting your Yelp. I'm going to write that question in. Yelp review requests. You can send a Yelp review request by logging into your Yelp account, going to your review section, and then there will be a URL code. So you click on the reviews, it opens up a page. That URL at the top of the page, you can copy and you can send to people. You say, hey, could you please leave us a review? This is great for like an email blast to your patient list. Hey, by the way, and what I used to do when we first started is I would grab the Google logo, the Yelp logo, the Facebook logo, and put them into my email blast, and then click on the logo and copy and paste the URL link to it. So when they clicked on it, it automatically brought them to my Google page, brought them to my Yelp review page, my RateMD page, my there was another one, ratemd.com, and another great one where we got reviews on there, and those were great. And Yelp and Facebook, whatever. Facebook doesn't have it anymore. And then that email was so easy for my patients to just click on and review it. And then you could put it around a contest. Hey, if you leave us a review, we'll randomly pick a winner for a $100 Target gift card. Target was right across the street from our office. It made perfect sense. People loved it. We truly did buy one. We truly did pick someone and gave it to them. And we did that. At each review that you leave, you get an entry into the draw. And we did this like every 6 months or every 3 months. I think we did a lot at the beginning to try and build our reviews. So that is such a great idea as well. So Yelp is a little different. Unlike Google, where you can get the unique link, Yelp, you just log in, you go to it, you click on your review page, and that is the URL that you can send. Copy and paste that. I used to do the same for Facebook, and I used to do the same for RainMD.com. These are all great ways to do that. These directories, being on them is number one for SEO, but then having reviews on them ranks you even higher for cross-referencing as well. So it's even better for SEO because it's an active directory. Just being on directories with no activity doesn't do much. So any directory that has any doctor type listing and has the option for a review, you should go into and get people to have a review. Even 2 or 3 reviews play a great role in this too. So great questions there. Good job, Dr. Jamie. Keeping this thing alive. Thank you. What else do we got? Or what should we talk about next week? What's next week's topic? Actually, I'll be in Canada next week. I don't know if there'll be a adjusting success. We'll see. Great. Anything else, guys? That's it. That's the groundwork. And if you're newer in practice, then you're diving headfirst into this stuff. If you're older in practice, maybe you're like, I'm not going to do the networking group stuff. I'm going to do the online stuff. Great. If you're looking at this and you're saying, I'm doing no stuff, well, you don't want to grow. That's fine. It's fine. This is the wrong YouTube channel for you then, because it's all about growing and scaling. If you're not growing or scaling, what are you doing? Staying the same, which is not a bad thing, but that's okay. Any other questions about anything marketing? I'm here for you. You got me live. I'm trapped in your YouTube for however more minutes you need me. What else do we have? Anything else? I am here. I'll keep moving so you know I'm here. Anything about marketing? Anything about Facebook? I don't have any updates for you as far as any updates from Meta. Have you used screenshots of your reviews as video ads before? Yeah, you could do that. We use screenshots of our video ads for posts onto our Facebook and Instagram, which can then be used. You can just copy them as JPEGs and use them across for anything. Ads, you can use them for anything, but the answer is yes. And of course, these things can be put onto your website. Could put on the landing pages, your sale pages, your funnel pages. Testimonials go a long way. Yes, the answer is yes. Can you use screenshots of reviews as a video ad? Absolutely, you can. Yes, you can. So you take a screenshot, you can use the screenshot as a picture, and the picture becomes a video or picture ad on Facebook. It's a great one. I like to utilize testimonial ad screenshots in a carousel ad format. That works really well because now you got the map location of where you're at, a carousel ad of a testimony right from Google. That's awesome. Picture of you in live action in your office and a front building picture as well. That's a very marketing 101 type ad. It works very well. It gets great impressions. It's a wonderful ad in general. And that was one of the ones I generally used at the very beginning. Now, level 2 marketing tells us with the 2024 market and how the algorithm works in Meta, video is king. So really, if you're going to be making any type of ads, I would make the static testimonial or picture ads more as a traffic ad to create brand awareness. So it would be the picture of your testimonial, picture of your logo, a map, and in the ad copy, direct link to your website, like this is a branding type ad, highly valuable. I would put this at about $5 a day. So that nothing crazy there, $100 a month, nothing nuts there. And I would run that continuously for 90 days. That's a branding ad. What a great idea, Dr. Jamie. That's fantastic. But then if we're running ads to generate leads and we're going to pump in 20, 30, $40 a day, video. I don't even think there's any point doing pictures anymore. Video ads, you can run 4 to 6 ads within the campaign. You guys know what I'm talking about? You can pick 2 pictures and run them like a collage type picture with 2 or 3 pictures within one still frame. That works really well too. But if you're doing 4 ads in there, at least 2 of them are video, because you want to compete the videos against one another and see which one wins. You'll find 19 out of 20 times the videos will be your 1 and 2 punch for winning, and the pictures will be 3 and 4 in that ad. Very rarely does a picture win. Very rarely does it win, but when it wins, it's a winner. You keep that going as well. So no more A/B split testing, no more of that stuff. I hope that answers your questions there. Good. What else do we got? These are great. Look at you go. This is good stuff. I like where they're leading to with the questions. But yes, you can use those as anything that builds your brand or your reputation is a great thing. What about a video of how we are different? Do people care about this, or would that be better to be in the ad copy? Both. How you are different is why you would even market in the first place. So it's the whole point of marketing. Going out there with the adjustment ad, right? Like every other chiropractor does, is the same old thing. That's why you see the ring dinger, the Y strap, the audible with the cracking. It's to get attention in the ads doing the same thing. If you truly do something different, that is your brand awareness. That's your niche. You should run away with that. That should be in almost all the ads moving forward. Something different would be like corrective care and specific equipment in your office that you do. I always come to think of CBP or Pettibon. Those are very unique things that are different. They can drive away people. They can be scary. The Y strap can be scary, but it can also be very alluring. The traction devices, all these things could scare people away. Be like, I'm never doing that. That's crazy. Or it could be very alluring. So when you market, you got to realize you're going to turn some people off and you're going to attract some people. Who cares who you turn off? It's the people that you're going to attract that matter. Just like getting married. You're going to keep trying until you find the right person to get married, right? All those other people didn't like you. So, and it's okay. But it's the same thing in marketing. So whatever you do different, that's what you should highlight in the office. Everything you do different in the office. Those are our videos that we create in our office. The short wait time, the beautiful location, the amenities, the experience. It's all about we talk about upper cervical, we talk about pregnancy, we talk about the website, babies adjusting. It makes it different. It's very different, and we highlight those things. And any equipment like red light is the number one ad we're running quantity wise, because it differentiates us from all the other chiropractic offices. No one else really doing red light for therapy. So yeah, puts us into the med spa categories. So yes, highlight that both in video and pictures. That's what you should be doing. And all your videos get uploaded to your YouTube channel. You guys all have YouTube channels, right? Yes, Enrico, we've been watching you for many, many years. We all have a YouTube channel, and we have lots of videos posted on there. Thanks for reminding us, though. Appreciate your love for us, right? You guys all have YouTube channels because you're going to store all your videos there. Not only is it a good storing place for your videos, it's easily distributed. You take the link from YouTube and you put it into an email, you put it into ad copy, you put it anywhere, and boom, you put it right into email campaigns. So when the email opens, the YouTube video starts. This is how your webmasters have designed your website as well. They're using YouTube links for your videos, because uploading an MP4 directly onto a page slows down its upload. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But yes, YouTube channel, put all your stuff there, save it forever and ever. Follow the YouTube guides and rules and you won't have to ever worry about losing your reviews. Great questions. Anything else? Good. Yeah, we're streaming everywhere. Okay. What else do we have for marketing questions? What are you guys doing for marketing right now? Anyone trying? We should do a whole one on mail outs. I really think EDDM marketing, direct mail. That's what it is. Direct mail marketing is fantastic. You just have to do some demographic research, look at your ideal clients in your office, look in your EHR, snoop at their zip codes, write down those zip codes. That's probably who you want to mail to. Different call for a different day. Any other questions? I'll check one more time on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Good stuff, guys. Good. Nothing on LinkedIn. Yeah, these videos are all on LinkedIn, by the way. So if you find me on there, you'll see them there. They're automatically uploaded to that. Anything else? Good stuff. We'll wrap it up. Have a great 4th of July. Happy Canada Day to everyone in Canada. Probably not watching this right now, but happy Canada Day. And we're here for you every time. Adjusting Success every Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Join the Marketing 101 Facebook group. Lots of great stuff in there constantly. Make sure you're on our email list. I send out free marketing stuff all the time. We'll get more active with that. And then what else do I got for you guys? Lots of stuff. The Digital Coach, EnricoD.com, all that great stuff. Check it all out. It's all stuff we build for you. We keep it updated. This is the longest run since April that I haven't had a Facebook meta update for you guys, which is great. They're either all on vacation or things are going well. I don't know what's happening, but very streamlined as far as the Facebook ads things are going. If you're seeing a decline in leads, it's because everybody's doing ads now. The cost per click is just slowly trickling up. So in most areas, if you can keep this under $20 a lead, you are winning. But if you're above that, around 30, you're okay. If it's 80 or above, depending on the way you run your office, if you have care plans, you can run ads for as high as you want. If you don't, then it becomes expensive to run ads if you're just seeing people for 3 visits and out, right? That's the whole thing there. So that's all I got for you as far as that. Facebook, Meta, Google. Google's getting rid of some data analytic stuff that they've been holding for years for you. So if you're getting email notifications about Google Analytics going away or your data being lost, it's not that it's being lost, it's being deleted. It's going away. Do you need that data and do you need to download it? You have an option to do that until August 1st. I'm not really care about my data from the past. It is what it is. I already know it and always looking to move forward. So you'll always have your dashboard in your console. But if you were truly a statistics person and were downloading stuff or using third-party software, you might want to download that. But don't be scared about it. Nothing goes away. You don't lose your ads account or anything like that. They're just getting rid of other data to replace it with other streaming ways of looking at the data, more dashboard, more internal. So they're trying to make marketing easy for people like us, which is great. It's going in the right direction. That's all I got for you. Have a fantastic week. Happy 4th. Take care. Stay well. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing amazing, and you deserve to be as successful as possible.